daisies, calais, and more. The home also features rhododendron and Japanese maple trees. This next home is Tony and Tina Bowery. Tina Bowery grew up in this home that was built in the 1960s. She and her husband remodeled and renovated it in 2022. And this beautiful home has a craftsman-style porch. It's surrounded by purple butterfly bushes, mugo pine, purple althea tree, and weigela shrubs. Okay, the next winner is our business winner for July, and that is Planet Fitness. The business features nice shrubbery at the front of the building and dogwood trees in the parking lot. The church winner for this month is Concordia Lutheran Church. The church grounds stand in what appears to be a fresh asphalt paving in the entire parking lot, and the grass is freshly mowed. The campus is surrounded by large, healthy trees, shrubs, and greenery. And our redevelopment winner for this month is Park Hill Realty on Cherokee Street, and this award recognizes the recent transformation that they have made at their downtown Kingsport office. It showcases a commitment to revitalization and curb appeal. The renovation features fresh brickwork, updated awnings, a new coat of exterior paint, and thoughtful landscaping enhancements. These improvements have significantly elevated the building's presence, contributing to the vibrancy and welcoming atmosphere of downtown Kingsport. At this time, I'd like to ask all the winners to stand and be recognized, please. Congratulations.
I'm so impressed. My grass is just like dead right now and brown. All these look so good.
Well, we've got Sharon here, Mayor. Today was a big day for Keep Kingsport Beautiful. I think you had over 1,000 people paint barrels today, and there were 600 barrels painted for Fun Fest.
Wow.
We appreciate your effort on it.
Yeah, thank you. And I think I had 3 grandchildren down there doing that today, so thank you so much. Thank you for the work that's done, and congratulations to all you winners this month. This is the portion of our meeting where we allow open conversation from you. Citizens may come to the podium and speak on any agenda item or any issue item. When you come to the podium, we ask that you state your name, your address, and register there. And we also ask that you keep your comments non-personal in nature, and they should be limited to 5 minutes. And I also would like to let you know, if you do decide to come and speak, do not expect a response from us, because this is your time to speak to us. We're available to speak to you before the meeting, after the meeting, or any time after that, or before that. So this is your time to come and speak if you would like to do so.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to come in here and talk to y'all and meet some of you.
Your name, sir, and address.
Brad Schaefer, 125 Rosefield Drive.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
I can't sign in, please. Thank you.
I would just want to talk about the rezoning on Tyson Lane and the concerns, the safety concerns that I have with the traffic. If you're turning on Tyson Lane, you have to come off of Stone Drive, and you have to turn up Tyson Lane. Well, if you live in that little neighborhood, that little community up there, Bloomington Heights, you understand how dangerous it is anyway, because people don't even slow down anyway. The road is very narrow. So if you have somebody trying to pull out on Stone Drive and you have somebody trying to turn up Tyson Lane, you're going to create a problem with traffic coming back. We're not concerned with the building going in. We're just concerned of how they're going to get in and out. We'd like to see maybe them cutting a lane in off Stone Drive right into the property, to have a turning lane where they could get out of the road, out of Stone Drive, out of the traffic. Because if not, you're going to start directing this traffic through our neighborhood where kids play in the streets and the roads and ride their bicycles. And I have several grandkids. I have 5 grandkids that come up and ride their bicycles and stuff. So our concern is, like I said, not the property, about rezoning it. We're all for growth and everything. We're just concerned about the traffic and how we're gonna address this. And if anybody could give me anything after the meeting, I would really appreciate it, how they're gonna address this, if they're gonna check it out and see if there's gonna be some kind of audit done to see what kind of traffic jams it's gonna cause and what it's gonna do to the neighborhood. I'd really appreciate that. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Brad.
that. Okay, Mr. City Manager.
No, someone else.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming late, I'm sorry.
Well, okay, come forth, and I will state my comment again. You have 5 minutes. Sign your name, address, and please keep your comments non-personal in nature. Do not expect a response from us. This is your time to communicate to us.
Okay.
We are available to meet with you before the meeting, after the meeting, or any time after that.
Okay. All right. I live adjacent to this. I'm the property that's actually, probably I travel Tyson Lane more than anybody else. I have one of my driveways on Tyson Lane, on the rear part of my property. What my concern was, well, it's a real hard right turn to even get on Tyson Lane. It's not set up to come in southbound, okay? Coming northbound, you got 2 lanes going down to get on Gibson Mill Road now. So there is no turn lane if you're coming northbound to get on Tyson Lane. You'll have to come all the way across Stone Drive to turn it. And the other thing is I had to do on this, when I measured the road itself, it's just 16 foot wide. Most streets are what, 18, 20 foot wide. So that's where our problem will be. It's not set up for that kind of traffic. So that's all I got to say.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
it.
Anyone else?
I didn't catch his name.
I'm Ron Atkinson.
Okay.
Atkinson. ATKI.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, Mr. City Manager.
All right, move forward with appointments. You have 4 appointments tonight. We'll address those individually. First appointment is consideration of an appointment to the Regional Planning Commission. It is recommended to appoint B.J. Walsh to the Planning Commission. Mayor, we'd ask that you approve this appointment, please.
Okay, you have B.J. Walsh before us tonight for appointments to Planning Commission. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman Phillips. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. Is there any discussion?
I'll be abstaining for this because BJ works for our corporation.
Okay, very good. Okay, any other discussion? All in favor of Ms. Walsh becoming the Planning Commission, say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign? Okay, with the appointment passes 6-0-1. Next item, sir.
Next item is consideration of appointment to the Regional Planning Commission. It is recommended to reappoint Sharon Duncan to the Regional Planning Commission. Mayor, we'd ask that you approve this appointment.
Okay, you've heard her name of Ms. Sharon Duncan. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman George. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Phillips. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any,
I'll be abstaining,
okay,
sorry.
okay. And we have 1 extension. And so the motion passed 6-0-1. Next item, sir.
Next appointment is consideration of appointment to the Regional Planning Commission. It is recommended to reappoint Tim Lorimer to the Regional Planning Commission. We'd ask that you approve this appointment, please.
Okay, can I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman Baker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman George. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the appointment, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Motion passes 7-0. I'm going to remove myself and ask Vice Mayor Duncan to take this.
City Manager?
All right, next item is consideration of an appointment to the Regional Planning Commission. It is recommended to appoint Curtis Montgomery to the Regional Planning Commission. We'd ask that you approve this appointment, please.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Do I have a motion to approve Mr. Montgomery to the Planning Commission?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? We'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It'll be 6-0 and 1 abstention by the mayor. Mr. City Manager.
All right, we will now move forward with the approval of minutes, the work session on June 16th, 2025, the business meeting on June 17th, 2025. We'd ask that these minutes be approved as submitted, please.
You have before you the minutes of June 16th and June 17th. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Baker. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Minutes are approved, 7-0. The city manager.
All right, now move into business matters requiring first reading and/or public hearings. First item is a public hearing. This is to conduct a public hearing in consideration of an ordinance to amend the tax map 46B, parcel 13, and portion of parcel 12 located along Tyson Lane from the R1B residential district to P1 professional office district. Jessica McMurray will walk us through the presentation and then the public hearing. Jessica.
Yes, thank you. This is an owner-requested rezoning along the corner of Tyson Lane and East Stone Drive. On this map, you can see the vicinity of where the site is located. The request is the property be rezoned from R1B Residential District to P1 Professional Offices District to facilitate construction of a new medical spa. On this slide, you can see the proposed zoning development plan. During their June meeting, the Planning Commission did vote to send a positive recommendation to rezone from R1B to P1 based on conformance with the future land use plan. A public hearing notice was published June 23rd, and I'm happy to answer any questions that the board may have.
If that property is built on, will they be a road study, or could they be a road study for that?
There will be, when the development plans are submitted, there will be a full review, and that will include a traffic review to determine if a traffic study will be needed.
Can you go
Now,
back to
let
the
me open
first-
this up for
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna open up hearing for anyone who wants to come and speak on behalf of this hearing. This is your time to come and speak to the public hearing.
Sorry, Mr.
Can you go back to
Wait,
the first?
wait.
I'm sorry, it's my turn yet. I'm trying to figure out
Yeah,
what
anxious to
exactly
go,
it is.
aren't you?
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Any, pardon?
We can ask her a question then.
Yes, you can.
The question is,
You wanna come up again?
okay, the question would be, who's gonna do this study and what is the study gonna be done around and when it's gonna be done? What time is it gonna be done? What time of day and the stuff that's gonna be done? See, this all matters. Where you think it may be trivial, but this all really does matter as far as us traveling in and out and having traffic come through our neighborhood and try to go down Delilah, which when you get at the end of that street and try to turn on the Bloomingdale Pike, only one car can sit at the end of that street. It's probably about 12 feet wide. So you're causing problems just by traffic, and then kids been up in the neighborhood to put a business in. We're not saying we don't want the business there. We're just saying surely there's some way you can come off Stone Drive and cut you a lane into your parking lot, a driveway, or whatever you want to call it this time.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Okay, Mr. Attorney, please publish.
In order to further amend the zoning code text and map to rezone property located along Tyson Lane in the R1B residential district to P1 professional offices district in the 11th civil district of Sullivan County to fix a penalty for the violation of this ordinance and to fix the effective date of this ordinance.
Okay, you've heard the reading of the ordinance. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved, so we can get this thing discussed.
Motion for approval by Alderman Phillips, or second?
Second.
Second by Alderman George. Now, for all you people in the hearing speak.
Yeah,
I just
jump
want to
in.
see that.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
fine. I just wanted to see that picture.
Okay, who wants to go first?
No, I'm.
Okay.
Everybody talked out?
So we talked about this in planning commission meeting, and however, I don't think we discussed the idea of turning from Stone Drive. Is that part of the traffic review, or is,
If a traffic study is required, they would consider all routes in and out of the site.
so are turning in off of Stone Drive, is that permittable by, who governs that, TDOT?
State route.
So is Stone Drive is turning, making right-hand turns on Stone Drive, is that a permittable possibility?
Yeah, I mean, it is, and we've seen examples of that. I think it really, Jessica's point, once we get a set of plans, we are able to go through it, the entire design review team, including our traffic engineering division, planning, other departments take a look at it, then we'll have a better idea of what we can do. At this point, you're going through the rezoning, and I know oftentimes we see a site plan, but there's a lot more work beyond just the rezoning, of getting the site approved and being able to build on it.
Sure. So what do you think the timeline of that feedback would be?
What is we got plans or?
We
anything?
don't have any plans yet. We usually provide feedback once we have plans within about 10 to 15 days.
Okay, thank you.
And I will add, the medical spa use is a special exception in the P1 zone, and this will also require Board of Zoning Appeals approval for that medical spa to locate there. So there's another meeting for this as well.
Okay, thank you.
Other discussion, questions?
Chris, if we approve this, the study's going to take place, and they have to go before the Board of Zoning Appeals. Does it come back before us then?
No.
Okay.
Site plan would have to meet
Our city
all the
standards,
city
yes.
standards, and have to be approved for traffic to make sure, because I know this road, I agree with the gentleman, it's a hard turn, so there's gonna have to look at how that functions safely in order to move forward on.
Chris, what triggers a traffic study?
Jessica?
750 or more trips a day.
Okay. Turning off of Stone Drive or going up
Just
Stone
going
Drive?
to the site any way you get there.
So it has to be 750 before a traffic study is done, if it's 750. If it's 600 before, and then it's 750 afterwards, the traffic study doesn't apply.
This-
I think there's
Right,
hip
right.
coming.
He's shaking his head as he comes up.
So 750 is an automatic traffic study, but we reserve the right in all situations to require one as well. So in this situation, it really depends, as Chris said, how the site plan presents itself. You know, I mean, they could have a driveway off Stone Drive, which y'all are considering is the rezoning. So we have to see how they present it, and then we'll address the issues at that point.
So we're just assuming, that it's gonna come off Tyson, but it might not. It might come directly off of Stone Drive. It could possibly come directly off Stone Drive.
It could, knowing the topography out there, I think it makes sense that it would come off Tyson. But we would address all of the issues related to what would be required. A lot of it is going to depend on the number of trips per day. 750 is an automatic traffic study, but we would reserve the right at a much lower amount if we saw that it would have negative impact. And of course, the way Tyson ties into Stone, we would have to consider that as well. So at that point, when we receive the plans, those would be the comments that would come back out. So I can't tell you exactly what the results would be, but the 750 is just when you automatically have to do a traffic study. More than likely, in this situation, I could see our traffic engineer and public works director weighing in pretty heavily on how to direct traffic safely in and out.
This one reminds me a little bit of the telephone tower we had in terms of if we don't approve it, it's dead automatically, but if we approve it, then they can submit their plans and they're not moving forward with the project in terms of they're gonna start building tomorrow. It just means they can submit a drawing and start going down the pathway of is this even possible?
That's right. If you look at the, one of the maps, it shows the property behind it on Tyson is zoned, P1. So it's really odd, the property in front of it is R1B. So what they're trying to do is just aggregate the two properties into P1. But until they submit the plans, we really, because the plans, once you do P1, it could be a medical office building, it could be a medical spa, it could be anything that could be contained within that zone. They have shown us what they're proposing to do, but it could be very different when it actually gets submitted, if that makes sense. So 750, definitely traffic impact study, but when our traffic department and our public works director look at it, they will make the comments to require, either they will direct activity or require traffic impact
So,
study.
question I've got, if we pass this tonight, traffic is going to look at it.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Whether it's a full-fledged study or traffic looks at it to say, this is what can happen with the plans.
Yes, any project, Chipotle's, when it was built, if you notice, there's some traffic, it's either Chipotle's or the car wash next to it. That all was directed because the site plan got submitted, and there are meetings that occur here, and then they provide comments, and the engineers on the other side will address the comments, but the plans will not be approved until the comments are resolved, because we reserve the right to approve the plans.
And this is just first reading. It requires 2 readings, am I right?
Does the same person own the,
Yes.
so it's already
Yes, ma'am.
owned, so
Yes.
it'd all be, so they could go ahead, from what Ryan said, they could go ahead and build whatever they want to as, I mean,
Well, P1 could already go on the other
yeah,
side.
so that
Yes.
if we, let's say we don't approve it, they could still back up and build it on their other site, because
Yes.
it's already,
In the blue
Zone.
area you see there, yes, that's
But the-
P1.
Until, rezoning does not trigger traffic looking at this at all.
No,
I mean, no
ma'am.
matter what because rezoning then would allow plans, site development plans to be submitted, and if they are submitted and when they're submitted, that triggers traffic looking.
Let me clarify. Traffic's going to look at it regardless, whether it's a study or not.
No.
Depends on.
Whether
am
if
I-
it was rezoned properly or not, if this had been P1 and there's no rezoning, and they submitted a site plan, we would
But
do,
without a
we would.
site
Traffic would
review it.
have to look at it anyway.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you have to determine the car coming up and down the road or turning in to determine if a traffic study is done. But you could ask for a traffic study during due diligence even under 750 cars.
Yes, sir, and it's done, especially when we're talking about Stone Drive, Fort Henry, any of our major routes, and even though this is coming off Tyson, it's really coming off of Stone
Because if
Drive.
I'm in the neighborhood, I'm concerned about the traffic on there, but knowing that traffic's going to look at it gives me a little bit more.
But only, I mean, it's just, the rezoning doesn't trigger that.
No.
If we rezone that and they never submit
Right.
plans, traffic's not looking at it.
Right.
Until they know the plans, then they step in and figure out, make it safe, and if they have to widen the road or do a turn or
And
whatever.
until plans are submitted, nothing's going to be built.
Correct,
We could sit there indefinitely as P1.
like the property above it.
Ron, while you're up there, would you help edify a little bit about the traffic study, that it's not just a snapshot of time, it is a holistic approach, traffic count, it's
Yeah, and
only
they
not
would,
just,
yes, sir, they would definitely look, I mean, different spaces, you have different, I guess, pinch points within traffic, so you would look at the worst-case scenario throughout the day. They have the traffic counts on Stone Drive. They would know when would this be kind of the worst time of the day. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head if it's in the morning time, as traffic's going
but the
into Holston
traffic study
Valley.
will take into
Yes,
account
sir.
all of that. It's not just certain segments of the day, it's the holistic
The
thing.
holistic, yeah.
Right.
Ron, citizens have an opportunity to comment, even if we pass this during the BZA and during multiple times, they can still give input.
So if this were to be rezoned P1, at that point, if they were to submit a set of plans and a use that was principal use that was within P1, the plans would come to the city. There wouldn't be another public meeting. But in this specific case, and I'm speaking for Jessica here, since their desire is something that requires by code the BZA to give special exemption, there will be another public hearing. And I would assume at that time, they probably would be a little further along. They might not be. It's up to them how they present it to BZA. But that would be another public opportunity to discuss it with the BZA, Board of Zoning Appeals.
Yes, that's correct.
Any other comments, concerns?
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to do this by voice vote.
Mayor, I have one more question. It looks to me like we're rezoning this, but we don't know what can go there from a traffic study. I mean, can we ask for a traffic study first before we vote on this?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Here comes Jessica.
again, you're focusing on the rezoning, you're not necessarily you have to have a compliant use, we don't know exactly what that'll be yet, so you have to focus on the zoning, which is the task at hand
We
tonight.
could rezone it, and then they could decide later that it's gonna be a dog food facility. They could change the use of it as long as
Right.
it fits in there, so we're just rezoning it to make it
Match
match
the blue.
that.
The
Match
rezoning
blue.
is all about the use of the property. So the
Right.
decision before you is the use of professional office, in this case, a medical spa, and appropriate use in its vicinity. That's the request that's before you right now. Our staff will take care for sure through our development review process, plan review, traffic study, looking at it, if a traffic study is needed. But our traffic guys look very closely at things like this. But yeah, the request before you is all about the use of the property.
But a traffic look is going to happen.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Any other comments or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the ordinance, say aye. Aye. And opposed, nay. The ordinance passes 7-0. Mr. City Manager.
All right, next item is consideration of an ordinance to amend zoning text as it pertains to the membership of the Board of Zoning Appeals. This does require a public hearing, and I'll ask Assistant City Manager Jessica Harmon a brief understanding of what you're about to approve.
Sure, so this request really is a housekeeping measure. What this request does is change the zoning code to actually reflect the current makeup and the term lengths of our Board of Zoning Appeals. So currently, our Board of Zoning Appeals actually does have 7 members, but the zoning code still reflects 5. If you recall, a few months ago, we did make some appointments to the BZA, and that membership did increase at that time. So this is really just making it mirror what the makeup is. Also, in our city code, there is an ordinance that states that terms will be 3 years. So this is just a housekeeping measure to change from 5 years to 3 years so that everything is accurate in the code. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have.
I'm going to open up the public hearing for this issue to amend the zoning text. Does anyone here want to speak on this issue? Seeing no one moving, I'm going to close it at this time and ask Mr. Attorney, please publish.
An ordinance amending section 114-65 of the Code of Ordinances, the City of Kingsport, Tennessee, pertaining to the composition and the duration of terms for members of the Board of Zoning Appeals and to fix the effective date of this ordinance.
You've heard reading of the ordinance. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Phillips. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor of the ordinance to amend the zoning text, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The zoning ordinance passes 7-0. The city manager.
All right, next item is consideration of a budget adjustment ordinance for various funds in fiscal '25. See within the executive summary there, the adjustments to the general project special revenue, general project fund, water project, sewer project. Some of those are addressing items you will approve as we move forward. And then also to the solid waste project, cattails project as well. You can also see within that budget adjustment a summary that provides additional detail as to where the dollars will be moved and for what reason. Again, this is for fiscal '25. So with that, Mayor, I'd ask that you approve this budget ordinance on first reading, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
An ordinance to amend various fund budgets for the year ending June 30, 2025, and to fix the effective date of this ordinance.
You've heard reading of the ordinance. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman George. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Phillips. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the ordinance, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Ordinance passes 7-0. City Manager.
All right, now moving into business matters requiring final adoption. First item is consideration of an ordinance setting the property tax rate for the property within the city of Kingsport, Sullivan, and within the city of Kingsport, Hawkins County. This is the second and final reading on this. This sets the tax rate for the fiscal '26 budget, which is necessary to provide the revenue to support the funding that was approved as part of the budget. With that, we'd ask that you take action on this for second and final reading, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
An ordinance providing for and fixing the tax rate on all real, personal, and mixed property within the city of Kingsport, Sullivan County, and the city of Kingsport, Hawkins County, which is taxable on the basis of assessments made by the county property assessors and the Division of Property Assessments of the state of Tennessee for the year 2025, and fix the effective date of this ordinance.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the ordinance. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. Any discussion? Okay, Mr. Recorder, please call roll vote.
Alderman Baker,
No.
Alderman Cooper,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Duncan,
Aye.
Alderman George,
Aye.
Alderman Mays,
Aye.
Alderman Phillips,
Aye.
Mayor Montgomery.
Aye. The ordinance passes 6-1. Mr. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a budget adjustment ordinance for various funds in fiscal '25. This comes to you on second and final reading. We'd ask that you approve the budget ordinance, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
An ordinance to amend various fund budgets for the year ending June 30, 2025, and to fix the effective date of this ordinance.
You've heard reading of the ordinance. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman George. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. Any discussion? Mr. Recorder, please take the roll vote.
Alderman Baker,
Aye.
Alderman Cooper,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Duncan,
Aye.
Alderman George,
Aye.
Alderman Mays,
Aye.
Alderman Phillips,
Aye.
Mayor Montgomery.
Aye. The ordinance passes 7-0. Ms. City Manager.
Now moving into other business, your first item is consideration of a resolution approving a change order number 1 to the Dobbs Bennett High School Band Room HVAC Replacement Project and ratifying the mayor's execution of the same. During the installation of this project, it was noted that there was a need to replace some ductwork as a result of this. It required a change order. This is coming to us from the Board of Education. We'd ask that you approve the resolution authorizing the change order, please.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution approving change order 1 to the Dobbs Bennett High School Band Room HVAC Replacement Project and ratifying the mayor's execution of the same.
You've heard the reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Baker. Any discussion?
Chris, I had somebody ask me, the damage wasn't noticed till after the insulation was actually taken off of the ductwork. So it's not like it should have been caught in advance. That's a very typical thing in my mind.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Any other discussion or comment? Okay, all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Resolution passes 7-0. Ms. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of resolution to accept a donation from Kingsport citizen Debbie Wagner. This is a donation in the amount of $6,927.88. Allows us to purchase 4 bicycles for the fire department's bike medic team. Definitely something that will be in use over the next week or so with Fun Fest. We greatly appreciate Mrs. Wagner. This donation we put to good use. Mayor, we ask that you approve the resolution accepting the donation.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution accepting a donation of funds to purchase 4 bicycles for the Kingsport Fire Department's bike medic team.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. Any discussion?
We appreciate everything that Debbie does.
We do.
Community. She does a lot.
Yes. Okay, any other discussion, comment? Okay, all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Resolution passes 7-0. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of resolution to award bid to Summers and Taylor, Inc. for 2025 contracted paving of Airport Parkway and authorizing the mayor to sign all applicable documents. This is about a quarter of a mile, a little over 1,800 tons of asphalt. If you're familiar with this section of road, you know that you have some turning lanes, 4 lanes of travel, as well as shoulders. And so that is why the cost is what it is in terms of what the bid is. You see the map here identifying that location. Recently, Tennessee Department of Transportation had repaved Airport Parkway up to this point. From there, it's considered a local road. We are going forward with paving that section to match what was recently done by the state. We'd ask that you approve the resolution awarding the bid to Summers Taylor for this work.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
Resolution awarding the bid for resurfacing of Airport Parkway project to Summers Taylor Incorporated and authorizing the mayor to sign an agreement for the same and all documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of the agreement.
You've heard the reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman Phillips. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Baker. Any discussion?
Chris, I'll just say, it says a quarter of a mile portion, but when you put the lane miles together, it's over a mile.
Yeah.
Over a mile of a lane mile, yeah.
Chris, is that, so you said that's considered a local road, obviously, but is that, I don't think people realize that, is that a local road from that exit all the way to the airport?
Well, that's probably a conversation for us to have at another time. There is definitely something we've had some internal discussions with in terms of where that line actually is.
Yeah.
This is where the paving stopped. We'll have those conversations with TDOT going forward to get a better understanding of what that actually, where that line actually is.
And so if we do more and TDOT comes back and realizes we paid part of theirs, they're gonna pay part of ours, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Sure.
Checks in the mail.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments or discussion? Okay, all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Resolution passes 7-0. The City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution to amend an agreement with CDM Smith for professional consulting services for Phase 2 Stormwater Master Plan and to perform a cost of service analysis. This is a second phase of a contract that's being funded through the American Rescue Plan grant funds. This will allow us to go in and make adjustments to this in terms of how we look at utility billing, revisions to impervious area data, and the recalculation of billing units. You see the costs there of $126,000, again, being funded through the ARP grants, which was discussed last night, qualifying use of these funds. We'd ask that you approve resolution amending the contract with CDM Smith.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution approving an amendment to the agreement with CDM Smith for the Stormwater Master Plan, authorizing the mayor to execute the amendment and all the documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of the amendment.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman Mays. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Duncan. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. And opposed, nay. Resolution passes 7-0. Ms. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of resolution to award the bid to GRC Civil Services for the water line extension on Lynn Road and to authorize the mayor to sign all applicable documents. This is a contract in the amount of a little over $1.5 million. This is to service the annexed area from July 2022, 200 acres along Fieldcrest Road and Catawba. This is a significant multi-phase residential development. We're currently seeing Phase 1 come out of the ground with over 75 doors. Phase 2 is already being graded. And so we are moving quickly with not only this item, but later in the agenda, we'll ask you to look at the sanitary sewer extension out there. We talked last night about the timeline and the ROI for these. On the sanitary sewers, 15 years. Water was, I think Chad mentioned at 28. Of course, a lot of that is based upon a lot of assumption. We see this come out of the ground. We see multiple phases occur. We begin to see this built out a lot quicker. Those can definitely change. Conversations with Chad leading up to this, cost estimates, fairly close to what was anticipated in 22, which is good, despite the fact that we've seen a tremendous amount of inflation over the last several years. Again, time is of the essence with this, and we ask that you move forward with the award of this contract to GRC Civil Services, the water line extension.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution awarding the bid for Lynn Road Water Line Extension Project to GRC Civil Services Incorporated and authorize the mayor to sign an agreement for the same and all documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of the agreement.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the resolution. I have a motion for approval.
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman Phillips. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman George. Any discussion?
Project will be 150 calendar days. Would that be what day?
From execution of the contract.
Do all the paperwork, they have 150 days.
Yeah.
That is going to put us in a good spot.
We're hoping so. Definitely, again, staff's watching that closely. We're looking at alternatives if necessary, but yeah, for both items.
Chris, how long does it normally take from approval till the contract is executed? Just on average. I know it depends on the contract.
You know, I mean, in some situations, we turn it around based upon board action within just a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it may take a week or two.
Yeah.
It'll vary, but typically try to move on pretty quick.
No more than a couple of weeks.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Any other discussion or comment? Okay, all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Resolution passes 7-0. Mr. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution to purchase one Vogel Super 2003-3I utilizing the Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Agreement. This is a paving machine that will be used as we do in-house paving. With our streets maintenance division, we'll be replacing one of these units, putting another unit kind of in a backup role. This allows us to have two pavers should we need that. Again, a continued amount of emphasis being put towards local paving through our streets and sanitation group. I appreciate the work they've done on this. I know you like to see pictures of the equipment that you buy. So there's seen probably something very similar in our fleet already. Mayor would ask that you approve the resolution awarding the purchase of this equipment.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a purchase order to Power Equipment Incorporated utilizing Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Agreement number 060122-WAI for one Vogel Super 2003-3I paver for use by Public Works.
Thank you. You've heard a reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman George. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute agreements with various agencies and organizations for services in fiscal year 25-26 and benefiting the general welfare of the Kingsport residents as included as part of the fiscal 26 budget. Partner agreements, which you see listed here under the executive summary, were included within this budget. As you look through that, you may notice some additions. One addition, I should say, Boys and Girls Club. This has to do with Park and Rec athletic programs that we are partnering with them on. Outside of that, the only other adjustment based upon what we saw last year is an addition within Pet Works. And as you all are well aware, this is often one that we are adjusting throughout the year, so we did go ahead and bump that up a little bit at this point. Mayor, we have to answer any questions, but ask that you approve the resolution authorizing the execution of these agreements with our local partners.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute agreements with various agencies and organizations for services in fiscal year 2025, 2026, benefiting the general welfare of Kingsport residents.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman Mays. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Duncan. Any discussion? All in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no.
No.
Resolution passes 6-1. The city manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution to award the bid to East Tennessee Turf and Landscape for the Gravity Sanitary Sewer Extension and to authorize the mayor to sign all applicable documents. This somewhat ties in with the item earlier regarding the water. This is recommended that we approve the contract a little over $1.8 million to East Tennessee Turf and Landscape. Again, you see the timeline that's listed there, hopefully within 210 calendar days. And again, supporting the Fieldcrest development already under construction with phase 1, already moving forward with grading on phase 2. Mayor would ask that you approve the resolution awarding the contract, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution awarding the bid for the Fieldcrest Annexation Sanitary Sewer Extension Project to East Tennessee Turf and Landscape and authorizing the mayor to sign an agreement with the same and all documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of the agreement.
You've heard the reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman George. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Baker. Any discussion?
Chris, how many homes will this put in the development?
As I said earlier, you got 75 in the first phase. I think Jessica looked in total 400. 250.
250.
Sorry, 250 total.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Any other comments or discussion? Okay, all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Resolution passes 7-0. The city manager.
Next item is consideration of resolution authorizing a change order to the contract with Summers Taylor, Inc. for the Kingsport resurfacing project and authorizing the mayor to sign all applicable documents. As you will recall, back in 2019, the city of Kingsport entered into contract with the state to begin a variety of paving on some major roadways throughout the city. You see in your third paragraph, the executive summary, those roads. This past fall, work began on repaving those. There was adjustments that needed to be made in the field requiring change order on this. Fortunately, this is a project where 80% of the total cost is being covered through federal funds with 20% local match. And as a result, the $313,601.98 in the change order, we split on an 80-20 basis. And so with that, we'd ask that you approve the resolution authorizing this change order.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution approving change order numbers 3 and 4 to the contract with Summers Taylor Incorporated for the Kingsport resurfacing project contract and authorizing the mayor to execute all documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of the change order.
Heard reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Phillips. Any discussion? All in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. Mr. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of resolution approving an amendment and agreement with Doxon LLC for additional billing services and authorizing the mayor to sign all documents necessary and proper. This is an adjustment that we're making as we move forward with our CIS project. You see the requested actions listed there with the redesign as well as implementation of the bills for our demolition landfill. The total cost estimated to be around $5,200. Funding is available, and we'd ask that you authorize us to move forward, approve us to move forward with the amendment to this current contract.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution approving a change request form with Doxon LLC to expand the scope of utility billing services and authorizing the mayor to execute the change request form and all the documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of this resolution.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval. Alderman Mays, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. Any discussion? All in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of resolution approving the renewal of Naviline software with Central Square for fiscal year 2026 and authorizing the issuance of purchase order for the same. Naviline is currently our ERP software that is used. As you know, we're working towards the implementation of the new FIS. That's why just a recommendation to just go on a year-to-year contract. See the amount there of a little over $247,000. This is the cost for the renewal for fiscal 26. Funding is available, and we'd ask that you approve this resolution for the renewal.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution approving the renewal of the Naviline financial software from Central Square, authorizing the issuance of a purchase order and authorizing the mayor to execute any other documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of this resolution.
Thank you. You've heard a reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval? Motion for approval by Alderman George. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Baker. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a submitter merchant agreement with J.P. Morgan Chase Bank necessary to implement the payment processing service. Again, this is an agreement with J.P. Morgan for the credit card use and allows us to accept that for various city services. We'd ask that you approve this, authorizing the agreement with Paymentus and J.P. Morgan.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a submitter merchant agreement with J.P. Morgan Chase Bank for the Paymentus payment processing service and all of the documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of this resolution.
Thank you. You've heard reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Mays. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution to authorize the city recorder to reconcile and adjust uncollectible property tax for tax year 2014. See in the third paragraph, executive summary, the adjustment of a little over $68,000. Over 99.82% has been collected. Another outstanding job by all those involved. We'd ask that you move forward with approval of the resolution, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution authorizing the city recorder to reconcile and adjust delinquent property tax receivables in fiscal year 2025 for the tax year 2014, and authorizing and directing the mayor and the city recorder to execute any pleadings necessary and proper for the delinquent tax collection lawsuit.
Thank you. May I have a motion? You've heard reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval, Alderman George. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Phillips. Any discussion?
Mayor, I think it would be good for City Manager McCart to detail the timeline of this tax adjustment from year to year. It is an outstanding collection rate, but how long of time is this? Is this for 1 year, past 5
Tax year
years?
2014.
Pardon me?
For tax year 2014.
Tax year 2014, so outstanding collection.
If you don't pay your taxes for 10 years, we forgive them. It's the word on the street.
That wasn't the message I was trying to convey, but,
Okay. Any other comment or discussion?
Chris, is it normally that long of a process before we take action?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this is historically about this time every year. You'll see,
Next
next
year
year
be
you'll be
2015.
2015. Yep,
Yeah.
you'll just roll through them each and every year. And I can remember in the past, mayors would make comments to Joe May, Attorney Joe May, for the outstanding work he did, but really wish he could get that last,
Yeah.
10th of but, no, it's every year in action by the board.
Yeah.
That percentage will vary, but we've typically been in that 98, 99%.
So I was gonna say, I mean, it's always high.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other comment or discussion? Okay, all in favor of the resolution, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. City Manager.
Moving into the consent agenda, we have 12 items on the agenda. I'll read through those at the end. If you'd like anyone pulled for additional discussion, please let me know. First item is consideration of resolution authorizing the mayor to execute all documents necessary and proper to apply for and receive a grant from the State of Tennessee School Resource Officer Grant Program for fiscal '26. Second item is consideration of resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a signature authority form allowing the chief of police or his designee to complete grant reports as required by the State of Tennessee School Resource Officer Grant Program for fiscal '26. Third item is consideration of resolution approving a memorandum of understanding with Kingsport City Schools as requested by the State of Tennessee School Resource Officer Program Grant. Fourth item is consideration of resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a memorandum of understanding to receive Sotoxa oral fluid mobile test kit use in DUI investigations. Item 5 is consideration of a resolution to extend the CDBG contract for Holston Habitat for Humanity. Item 6 is consideration of a resolution for the First Tennessee Area Agency on Aging Department Annual Senior Center Grant. Item 7 is consideration of a resolution approving the renewal of service agreement with Cannon Cochran Management Services, Inc. for workers' compensation third-party administration services for the city and ratifying the mayor's execution of that agreement. Item 8, consideration of resolution to renew the general liability, personal injury liability, errors or omissions liability, automobile liability, and automobile physical damage policy with public entity partners. Item 9 is consideration of resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a renewal agreement with Frontier Health for counseling services with Kingsport City Schools. Item 10 is consideration of resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a renewal of the MOU with Claravita for counseling services for Kingsport City Schools. Item 11 is consideration of a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute Addendum 12 to the Substitute Staffing Services Agreement with ESS South Central LLC for Kingsport City Schools. And item 12 is consideration of resolution to move the Monday, August 4th, 2025 work session to Tuesday, August 5th, 2025 at 4 p.m. Again, Mayor, those are the 12 items. If you'd like anyone pulled for additional clarification or discussion or vote, please let me know.
Thank you. Heard a reading of the 12 consent agenda items. May I have a motion for approval?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to accept all items on the consent agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Second by Alderman George. Any discussion? Mr. Recorder, will you please give us a roll call vote?
Alderman Baker.
Aye to all items.
Alderman Cooper.
Aye to all.
Vice Mayor Duncan.
Aye to all.
Alderman George.
Aye to all.
Alderman Mays.
Aye to all items.
Alderman Phillips.
Aye to all.
Mayor Montgomery.
Aye to all. The consent agenda items are approved, 7-0. City Manager.
All right, moving into the communication section, a minute to thank all the city employees that have already been working on Fun Fest. We'll definitely kick into gear Friday with the parade. Many of these individuals are coming in, they're working their job, they're doing the job, whatever it may be, across the city of Kingsport, clocking out for a minute, then clocking right back in to assist with Fun Fest. It is a job that they enjoy doing. Despite the fact it's probably going to be 100+ degrees for many of the days that they're out there working. But I appreciate them. I appreciate the work that they do. I know that it's some long days, but I know they enjoy the opportunity to provide the service to our citizens of Kingsport. So appreciate the work that they have done and will be doing over the next several days. It's very noticeable, very much appreciated. Mayor?
Thank you. We'll start with our newly retiree down there.
Oh, thank you.
Mays.
Thank you, Mayor. I won't bring up the carriage house. I'm going to not steal someone else's thunder on the board, but that was an awesome exhibit today. But I would like to mention that Healthy Kingsport just launched a new website last week, and it is outstanding, and I encourage everyone to Google Healthy Kingsport and view their website, look at all the resources and activities that is going on to promote health in our city. Very grateful for their work and everything they do. Also, I'd like to comment on how awesome the Friday night concerts have gone so far this year. They're packed, and everyone is having a great time. If our citizens aren't taking advantage of that, they're really missing a huge opportunity to have fun and enjoy some good food downtown. And I'm just grateful for all the work that goes into that behind the scenes. Also, Fun Fest, as Chris mentioned, city employees do an outstanding job. This is shaping up to be the biggest Fun Fest since the pandemic, and a lot of community activities, more events this year. So very grateful for all those folks that work extremely hard, as Chris mentioned, and volunteers to make that happen. It's awesome.
Okay, Alderman Cooper.
I want to mention Robin Cleary's presentation yesterday about the grants that were available that our downtown merchants took notice of and applied for, and I think they awarded 11 grants to businesses in downtown to revitalize the facades. So that's exciting that a lot of our businesses in downtown will get some much needed improvements. Also, DKA has partnered with MetaView to, all the guests that come to MetaView get a packet with things that happen in downtown. So that's a win-win for both the visitors that come into MetaView and staying, and for our downtown merchants. Also, they started selling Christmas trees over the weekend. And I think half of the trees that were available for sale were sold. So they closed it down, I think, yesterday, and it'll open back up around the 1st of October. So if your business still wants a tree, there's still some available, but they go fast when they open it back up. Also, before we meet again, it's hard to believe, but school will be in session. The teachers, like I said, start the Monday after Fun Fest. So Fun Fest week is the end of summer for a lot of the teachers and staff in our city. And then Monday, the 4th is the first day of school, and then we meet on the 5th. So school, like I said, be back in session. That's hard to believe that summer's over for our children in Kingsport is almost over. And just to go out and enjoy Fun Fest, I sit there last night with the brochure and read all the events that are happening around town, and it's unbelievable. I said, my daughter always comes from Bluffton to Kingsport for Fun Fest week, and she's already signed up her children to 4 or 5 events. They're already excited about coming down. So there's a lot of outside guests that are going to be in our town next week, and just go out and enjoy all the events that are happening. A lot of new events, a lot of things that. That's it.
I'm just so excited to hear that we get to start talking about Christmas.
See?
Just.
It's Christmas in July.
Christmas in July, and I'm sure we'll hear about Christmas from now on. We'll probably have updates and have new things. I'm excited. I do want to mention carousel that Gary referenced. It's hard to believe that we have had the carousel for 10 years. They have a wonderful exhibit, and it's actually at the Renaissance Center instead of at the carousel, that goes through the history of everything that happened. And talked about how many volunteer hours, and I think it's like 52,000 volunteer hours went into the carousel. And it's such a cool project because the number of volunteers that have talent or, an ability that donated to Kingsport to make that happen. It's really, really a special thing. And I think the carousel's birthday party is this Saturday. There'll be free rides and all kind of events going on. Our mayor mentioned that we have about 50,000 riders a year at the carousel. know, when my stepdad first mentioned, you know, we need a carousel in Kingsport, and I thought he was crazy. And, you know, then to come here and see the effect it's had and all the smiling faces and all the children and the grandchildren, it is it's a cool exhibit and it's a really cool thing. And if there are still citizens out there that haven't been to the carousel, go Saturday when there'll be 150 million people there, but it will be free. Everybody will get the opportunity to ride. Fun Fest I'm looking forward to it. I think great presentation last night, talking about all the new events, and the really Fun Fest committee has done a great job looking at what areas or demographics or groups that were lacking for events, and so they really try to make sure that there are events for everybody. So it's really, I think we've got 20 balloonists coming in. Hopefully we'll have great weather for that, and it's going to be a wonderful week. I think that's, and what Betsy mentioned too, the amount of money, I think $300,000 in grant money from the state to work on the facades downtown, and there's such a short time frame. Money, they have to do the work, which I think is so critical, because so much of, you know, people buy a building and then don't do anything forever, and it looks horrid downtown. So to have money come in, and it has to be spent to make things look great in a specific time frame, I think is wonderful. That's all I have.
Alderman Baker.
I want to tell the city manager I appreciate him putting a strategic focus area on the action form. I think that's a great addition. And second, I heard Emily Thompson say last night, Fun Fest is 45 years old, and I remember the first Fun Fest. I was 12 years old when it happened. A lot of good memories. Our family always coalesces. We have a tradition, done it, I guess, for 45 years. But appreciate the city staff's work on that. I remember when I was the city staff, a lot of hours go into that. And so I don't think the public really recognizes you know, how much city staff does for Fun Fest. I don't think we could have Fun Fest without the city involvement. So thanks, Chris, to you and the staff.
Thank you.
Get a good night's sleep, because you won't have one after Friday.
Phillips.
I hope everybody enjoys Fun Fest, and then I just want to reiterate what Colette was saying about the carousel. So please go by the Renaissance Center. It was awesome. And then, as she mentioned, the party is Saturday. Free rides all day. So get out of the heat and go enjoy some free rides in the carousel. And then the birthday party is from 3 to 5, face painting and all kinds of activities going on. But one of the most exciting things they're doing Saturday is they are unveiling a new carousel animal on Saturday. And so there's been I think they've been teasing it online with some pictures here or there, but there'll be a 10-year anniversary animal added. And so you'll get to see that on Saturday. But definitely go by and experience the carousel Saturday and enjoy Fun Fest for the next 9 days.
Thanks, Mayor Duncan.
Well, congratulations to you, Mr. Mayor. He was accepted into Leadership Tennessee. So that'll be something I think you'll certainly, congratulations goes to that. I think, you know, everybody's talked a lot about Fun Fest, but, you know, it's not many, if any, events last 45 years across the state, or really anywhere that I know of. And so Emily said last night that we typically had 35 states was represented. So that's a lot coming to our city, and she mentioned the hotels being sold out. So there's an economic impact for that, for sure. And then Valerie said something today when we was up at the Renaissance Center, and she mentioned carousel being a treasure, and then she said it was a legacy. That was a legacy project for our city. So it is truly one of our crown jewels, and you think of crown jewels being more, you know, like Base Mountain, and which it is, but it's also in 10 short years, it's really become, you know, such a place to visit, take your kids. And that park is full all the time. It doesn't matter how cold or rainy or whatever it is, there's people in that park. So that's just an amazing place and for our city. So with that said, I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Remind everyone, we have going on Medview this week, Mrs. International's contest is going on, about 45 contestants are here for the pageant from all over the country and outside the country, so I think they're having something on Friday for us. It's be phenomenal for us to attend. Last week, had the opportunity to attend the graduation ceremony for Northeast Tennessee Regional Recovery Center. As we all know, we invested in that center. It's amazing to see, they had about 20 graduates last week, and the support that they have from the families. There was a TCAT Elizabethan, there was standing room only ceremony. It's very, very touching. And it shows you that you've got support behind you, how much you can do. Thank you for that. And I want to do a shout out to Chief Bellamy, since I think this is his first official board meeting as our police chief. And thank you for what you're about to undertake and do for our city. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in Fun Fest, and this meeting is adjourned.
This international. I've been to that.